Hello everyone, it is a massive day for our Aberdeen side today. We are 3 seasons in, but we have a good chance today of winning our first ever piece of silverware. We are in a cup final with Aberdeen. We're also in a really intense title race. We're doing amazing. We've signed new players. We've had a youth intake preview. There's a lot to get into. So let's run the intro and get right into it. Hi everyone, Jake here, welcome to the video. I hope you're all doing amazingly well, and speaking of amazingly well, just a quick preview of something. Look at us, top of the table, Aberdeen over there. We are top about halfway through, but more on that later, I think. More on that later. For now, though, let me introduce the video. Today, we're going to be facing off against Hibs in a cup final and also a league match against, I want to say Hearts. I feel like it's Hearts. If we win both of them, not only are we keeping the title race up, but there's a good chance we can win our first trophy. That Hibs game is a final, and if we can win it, we will be laughing our way home with our first bit of silverware. We're doing really well this season. Lots of club updates to talk about. We've also secured a few transfers, in particular 2 wonder kids that we've got joining us, but I might not reveal that until the next episode because the January window is getting close, and that might be where I bring it back next video. But before we do get started, if you guys could keep showing us support and smashing that like button, it genuinely means the world. This series has done really well, but also I've enjoyed it massively. No offense Aberdeen fans, but because we're not managing a mega club, it's not like we're getting loads and loads of views, but what I'm really happy with is the consistency of it in terms of people coming back episode after episode. So thank you to all of you guys who are doing that. We've also done a one-off rebuild on the channel on Southampton recently. That's doing well, as did our previous one on Benfica. So the channel as a whole is growing nicely. We're getting close to 15,000 subscribers, which is awesome. But if you're watching at this point and you're in this percentage of people who are still watching this series this many episodes in but haven't pressed that subscribe button, I'd massively appreciate it. If you could, drop a comment down below and let me know anything about a save that you want to. I've started replying to some now, so I'm slowly catching up. But yes, just drop a comment, helps in the algorithm, and I'll see them all no matter what. And at some point, I will get back to you. But anyway, I've probably spoke for about 5 minutes there. Let's talk about Aberdeen. And currently, we are doing very, very well. Let me show you in the schedule what's happened. And I think you last saw us when we got knocked out of the Champions League against Marseille. Actually, you saw this, didn't you? You saw Slavia Prague versus Rangers, where Wilhelmsen got sent off, and then we got a late winner against Rangers. Yes, you saw that. And we then beat St Mirren, Inverness, Apoel in the Europa League. We lost to Livingston, beat Motherwell, and as you can see, a lot of wins. We did lose to Celtic in the league in the 93rd minute, which was a little bit annoying, but fear not, because when the semi-final of the League Cup came about, we beat them 2-1. We then lost to Malmo in the Europa League, but also had a win against Olympiacos, a pretty good one. Tends to be, if we're at home, we've got a very good chance of winning at the minute. Away from home, maybe not so much. But we did beat rivals Dundee United 4-1 in a match recently. Livingston 2-0. Lost to Celtic yet again. Furuhashi is a brilliant player, but we were also rotating our team. We then very nearly beat Gothenburg here and took 3 points, although a late error from Neverstitch in goal gifted Niall Ennis a goal from only a yard away in the 94th minute. It was really embarrassing, actually. And then we beat Hibs 5-2. So overall, we're doing really well. Yes, Celtic are beating us most of the time, but we are, in my opinion, far and away clear of Rangers in terms of where we are 3 years in right now. You can see they're not even in 3rd place right now. They are struggling in 4th and might even drop out of the top 5 at some point soon. But overall, we are doing fantastic. We're keeping the title race. And whilst I'm not sure if we'll go on to win the title, we're certainly not doing a bad job of it, and we're beating everyone but Celtic at the minute pretty much, other than the odd game here and there. But really, that's where we're at. It's just Celtic who are the better team, but across the course of a season, we might be doing enough to win that title. But it's a long way to go yet. The Europa League, we're doing pretty nice. Yes, we're not sitting in the top 8, but we're sitting in 14th place on 10 points. There are 36 teams in this competition at the minute, and we are in the top half basically, so I feel like we're doing well there. We have got the cup final today against Hibs and also the Scottish Cup coming up. We've got players on loan who are doing really nice, a lot of great young talent as well that we've got coming through. I've also just secured an affiliate link with Montrose. They're in the 4th division of Scotland, I believe, or maybe the 3rd at the minute in the save, and we're going to loan out most of these players in January to them to get them some game time. We've also had a youth intake preview come through. It's another supposedly excellent preview with a great striker and attacking midfielder, but how true that'll end up being, I'm not sure. Sometimes I feel like we get mugged off with them. But yes, really, I couldn't be happier with how this series is going, how the save itself is going, how it's performing on YouTube, and how I'm feeling playing it. Really enjoying it, even when I play it off camera. I'm really into it, and that isn't always the case. Sometimes I'm like into it-ish, but this one I'm really, really deep in it. Like when I'm off camera, I'm thinking about it. Who should we sign? Who should we move off? So yeah, really, really enjoying this one so far. There are some transfers lined up that I am going to hold back that I did mention earlier, but we do have two big games today. The first one is the league match against Hearts, so we're going to focus on that one first, and then how many days have we got until the cup final after that? Only 3 days, so I might just have to take the risk and play our rotation side here just to make sure we get over the line. So I'm going to go for Neverstitch. I'm then going to go for Jaden Richardson. Sevilic and Caro are asking for more game time at the minute, so I've promised them that, so I'm going to use both of them. Wilson Esbrand can come out for Mason Hancock just to make sure he's fully fit. And then I think we'll go for a Leighton Clarkson, Ross McCrory, and Connor Barron in midfield. I feel like them three are talented enough, but maybe aren't all necessarily needing to start that final. Volomark, I'm going to save and play Duke. I will then not play Cafu as the inside forward. Actually, it looks like we might be, because there isn't really many other good options here. And then, yeah, we'll go for Wilhelmsen, change him for Miofsky halfway through. Let's just see how this team can get on. I'm hoping we'll get the win here, but really kind of just waiting for that cup final. I'd love to just get that first trophy under our belt as Aberdeen boss, which we haven't been able to do yet. I could be wrong, but I'm not even sure we've reached a final before. Maybe we did in season 1 and lost it. I can't exactly remember. In terms of the trophy itself, the Premier Cup, I'm aware that it's probably not the most prestigious one we could win, but it's something to win, and I'm sure the Aberdeen fans will be happy. Let me know in the comments down below. Is it a big deal in Scotland? I feel like it's the Carabao Cup equivalent of England, where you only really care once you get to the semi-final or the final. Maybe not though, but at least for a big team, it does feel like we've had a pretty easy ride to get here, other than that Celtic semi-final. But here we go, our first highlight of this match against Hearts in the league. Let's focus on getting 3 points. Hopefully it's a nice, comfortable victory. We are, in my opinion, miles ahead of some of these teams in the league now in terms of where we're at, and we're only getting better. Yes, I have got some transfers arranged, but there's still £10 million or so in the budget. We've got great young talent coming through, and overall, we cannot complain with the situation the team's in. Great squad depth. We've got a few injuries at the minute, but things are moving nicely. Speaking of injuries, Arjen Ibrahimovic, who we signed from Bayern Munich at the start of this season, should I say, he got a broken leg or something like that, or maybe broke his ankle, and he's been out for a long time, and he's only just returning now. So we're going to try and ease him back into some football. But here's Connor Barron, who's been excellent recently, deserving his game time with great training performances and also performances on the pitch. He's also pretty good on the set pieces, and he's going to play in a corner here, and he doesn't beat the first man, which is obviously exactly what would happen after I praise the guy. But let's carry on. Let's see if we can get something. Looks like this is just a highlight that we're waiting to end. I don't think anything special is happening here, but maybe it is with Clark Harris on the break for Hearts. Clarkson brings him down. Not quite a red card, but definitely should be a yellow, I would have thought. But he does get away with it, but what we haven't got away with is our inside forward staying fit, because we've got another one now who is injured. Cafu is barely even an inside forward, but he has had to go off here. Potential foot injury. What we'll do is we'll go for Volomark there, and then I think I'll switch him with Duke. I would have liked to have rested Volomark, but you know what? Get him on the pitch, get him playing, and hopefully we can get an early goal here and we can kind of just sit on it, not go too aggressive in the game, maybe ease the tempo up a little bit and take it easy. But Connor Barron's through again on goal here. He takes the shot. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, but a brilliant run, a brilliant take, just not the world's best finish. But we'll need to keep pushing. And I'm sure with the way this game is going, it's not too long until we score now. These are the kind of games that we've been dominating off camera. And Barron is in again. A nice tackle, a good shot, just wide of the post. But like I say, he's been brilliant recently. One of our better players over our last few games. Our XG is starting to go up now, nearly at 1 after 30 minutes. And possession is massively in our favour. Come on, Aberdeen, what can we do? As far as I'm aware, Aberdeen's still not doing well in real life. Could be wrong, but that's what I hear. And there's Volomark at the back post. A great ball from Mason Hancock. A great finish from our new signing of this season, Volomark, who's been great on that right-hand side. Mason Hancock, usually a centre-back. We're using him at left-back today because Jack McKenzie's out for 9 or 10 months with a broken leg as well. But yeah, brilliant ball in from him. Volomark finishes. But yes, what I was saying is, from what I've been led to believe, Aberdeen not doing great in real life. So hopefully you're all enjoying the fact that we're winning here. I do feel for the Aberdeen fans though. I'm a Chelsea fan in real life, if you didn't know. And I'm pretty sure I've watched 20 games in a row without actually seeing our side take a shot on goal. We seem to just not be able to score no matter what. But anyway, speaking of being able to score, I was hoping that would go in when I said that, but it didn't. Wilhelmsson looks like he could play for Chelsea with that kind of finish. A shot at the goalkeeper, saved easily. But speaking of Wilhelmsson, yes, you saw him when we signed him get a red card instantly in his first game. But other than that, he has been really good for us overall. I'm not saying he is our long-term solution, but he's definitely been worth the money, and I'm sure if nothing else we'll sell him on for a huge profit at some point. Let me show you his stats so far for us. Played 11 in the league, scored 5, scored in some other competitions too, and his all-round game is pretty good. Certainly worth that £4 million, now valued at around 7 for 21-year-old. He's got a lot of room to get better, so things are going well here at Aberdeen, and we are winning 1-0 in this match. We just want to keep that up for as long as possible here. We've got another highlight though. I just had a quick drink, but it has started, so I need to put my bottle away, get back to the management, focus on that. And it's Mason Hancock with another good ball in. Wilhelmsson with a brilliant finish. He does really well to hold the defender off and put it into the corner. The Hearts players seem furious. They feel like it was offside, but I thought it was perfectly fine. But it's a second assist for Mason Hancock, trying to play his way into the final by the looks of it with a performance like this. Brilliant ball, but I've got to say, the finish is exquisite into the bottom right from Wilhelmsson. Yes, I said exquisite, it was that good. We're 2-0 up now, we're starting to cruise, and hopefully that means we can start to rest a few players for that final. Let's let the 60-minute mark hit, and let's do some changes. So really, it's these central midfielders that I want to protect as much as possible. Let's get Ian Ibrahimovic some minutes in his legs. I'm also going to try and protect Caro and also Sevelic. We'll bring on Beso and Gagnon. That is all 5 substitutions, and we'll call it a day there. That rests a few players that we're planning to use. Wilhelmsson, Volomark, Duke. There's a good chance some of them will play the final, but they're just going to have to carry on here and play the minutes out. Like I say, I should probably ease up the tempo a little bit as we get closer towards the end of this game. For anyone wondering, yes, we are on the higher tempo setting, so let's take it down just a slightly higher so people aren't running their legs off when we don't need to. We should be fine. I don't usually make tactical changes, so if it suddenly goes wrong, we'll know who to blame. I've tried to get too involved here, but we might be in for a third with Duke chasing down his man. Good defending from the Hearts player. He launches it forward, and it's going to be Poveda for Hearts going forward. Finds Shankland, not Sharkland. And here's Beso winning it back brilliantly there. Not the quickest in the world, but you wouldn't have thought it based on that turn of pace he just showed. I guess he has just came onto the pitch, which will help him. Here's Jaden Richardson down the right. He's going to go all the way, or at least I thought he was, but he has been tackled in the end, and it's going to be Hearts going forward once more. But Richardson says no, heads it down to Volomark. Volomark loses out. It goes to Fosu on the left-hand side. I feel like this is going to be a goal. It's a very close shot from Shankland. Does well to nearly turn it in, but we are still 2-0 up after 80 minutes. We're looking good. Man of the match will be Mason Hancock by the looks of it. Exactly what we needed before the final. Just a little confidence booster, get a run out in everyone's legs. No one's been, super injured. We obviously lost Cafu, but other than that, no one's really tired or playing terribly. Everyone's done fine. We've made it through, an extra 3 points in the league. Who knows, maybe Celtic will lose their game. I doubt it very much, but there we are, now 5 points clear. We've set the marker for Celtic to follow, and we'll see if they can win their match. But there we go, we've turned dominance into victory, and now it's time to get on to the cup final, where hopefully we can bring back our first piece of silverware. We are here on cup final day. Cafu is going to be out for about 4 weeks, unfortunately. We've also lost Alan Forrest and Vinny, so that left side is a bit annoying to fill. It was suggesting Ibrahimovic, but as someone who's also potentially injured, don't really want to risk him and get him injured straight away as well. So I'm going to go for Volomark, taking him out of his best position and playing him on the left, and Duke will just come in on the right. We're going for Miofsky up front. The midfield's going to be McCory, Barron and Undor, and then in the defence it's Wilson Espran, Caro, Sevelic, Fisher and Neverstick in the net. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be coming back with our first piece of silverware today. I'm pretty confident, but maybe I shouldn't be. Obviously, it's a neutral match. Anything could happen against Hibs. We had a team meeting before this where I was told to ease the expectations on the players. I did that. Most of the players were fine with it, but you did find with some players, particularly those that were of a higher quality, that they were a bit annoyed about it and it affected their morale. I guess they've got higher expectations of themselves, but that's to be expected. Our group is currently half really talented players and half players from the old regime that we're trying to either develop or move on. So we are dealing with that at the minute in terms of the ambition of the club and where we want to go. But we are slowly making progress. I say slowly, very quickly. Anyway, We're a minute in. The reason I've paused it is because I'm very afraid that we're about to go 1-0 down. Let's see. 1 minute in. Hibs with a corner. It's going to be Lane playing it in. Lane crosses. We get to the header first. Maybe we'll be able to counter-attack. Lane takes a shot. It's blocked. It's Porteous now. It's across the box. And Melkerson has scored. Only a minute in for Hibs. And that completely changes the way we thought this game would go. We dealt with a set piece at first, but then didn't really win the second contact after it came out of the box. We probably let them play around with it a bit too much. A block that was a bit unlucky. Ended up falling to Porteous. And it's a tap-in in the end. Once he gets to that byline, there's not too much we can do. But that's not a very good start, and it won't help settle the nerves. When we've got an attack that isn't really the attack we'd like to line up with either, it does make you worry a little bit. But you know what? We're less than 10 minutes in. Let's not get too overwhelmed just yet. Plenty of time to turn this around. And if we want to be a title-winning team that wins trophies, we need to be able to deal with setbacks like this. And here's Darnell Fisher winning the ball back. This time, we're not going to get beat on that left-hand side. Wilson Esprand, it's sprayed to him from Sevelic. He tries to play it forward to Volomark. They don't really have a connection, those two. They haven't really played together before on that side, but Volomark doesn't care. He's gone and chased the ball back, and he's ran over to find Duke. Duke with a long ball forward. It's Miofsky. Miofsky tucks it into the bottom corner, but there are questions of offside, so I don't want to get too happy. My initial thought was that he was on, but that might be my Aberdeen fan blinkers on here. But I think it's counted, and I think we are at 1-1 after 8 minutes. Our first real attack. Is he on? I feel like he's fine. Is it the right back that's playing him on? It looks like it's counted. I'm just waiting to see the VAR lines. Here we go. Duke plays it, and he is on by just a little bit. The man that he's next to is playing him on, and Miofsky finishes really well there first time, right into the corner. And I have found he started scoring more the better we've made the team, which does make sense, but also he's now playing less, so he's more fit than he was in Season 1, Miofsky, where we had to play him for every single match. Now we can use him here and there, and he's a much better player for it, and he also doesn't mind. He's not kicking up a fuss that he isn't starting every game, which is good to see. But here is Fisher, finds Connor Barron, the Youth Academy product. Connor Barron scores in the final after 15 minutes to make it 2-1. He's been brilliant, as I've mentioned, and he's proved it yet again. In that Mazzala role, I never would have thought he would be the man this season who takes it by storm. But after Ibrahimovic's injury and a lack of options, we used him here a few times, and he's doing excellent. And that's a fantastic finish from a player who I believe only has 9 finishing after 20, but he doesn't care there. You wouldn't have known. He's tucked it right into the corner, and we're 2-1 up after 18. Hibs, though, have got a highlight straight after. Maybe it's us that are going to win the ball back and just potentially seal the game already. But against Rangers, Hibs, Celtic in Scottish football, you're never safe, and that has proved it there. Sevelic taking a dodgy touch, plays through Scott Wright, who blasts it in. I don't see why this wouldn't count, because it came off of Sevelic, I would have said, and it has counted. It is 2-2, and I know technically if it deflects, it doesn't necessarily mean he's not offside, but I don't think that was a deflection. I think that was a full touch, and that's exactly why it has counted. Sevelic takes a touch, lays it off to Wright, who's able to blast it in to the back of the net, and 20 minutes in, we've certainly got a game on our hands. Everyone's getting their money's worth already, but I would much prefer a calmer game where we just dominate the match and nothing happens. But it's 20 minutes in, it's already 2-2. Clearly, this is a final that's going to be shaping up to be one of the best that there's ever been in the League Cup, hopefully. Here's Caro, though. He finds McCrory. McCrory's going to play it back to Andres Caro once more. Out to Wilson Esprand. We're going back, we're playing it nicely, and we're trying to dictate the tempo, which is what I want to see from our side, just dominating the game. And we're doing well. Sherendor to Barron, making Hibs run left to right here, hopefully tiring them out. And we're waiting for the opportunity to play it through. McCrory finds Barron, who blasts it over. A good save from their goalkeeper, to be honest, but we will follow up on the corner and try and make it 3-2. Barron plays it in. It's a good ball towards the back post, falls out to Undor, and that will likely be the end of that highlight. Although Sam Lane is running the length of the pitch. Is his name Sam Lane? Why have I got that in my head? Why do I somehow feel like I know his name when I don't? Have I seen that before? His name is actually Paddy Lane. I don't know where I found Sam Lane from, but that's what we're going to call him for the rest of time here. But actually, Hibs have got the greater XG. They've also got the greater possession. I guess they're the dominant team right now, but we'll be looking for that breakaway chance to get a goal here. And it is Volomark on the left. He's going to try and play it back to McCrory. It's a good shot from McCrory, just over the bar. We're going to keep pushing. Attack-wise, we've done perfectly fine today. I just feel like our defence might be letting us down a little bit so far. But there are plenty of changes we can make to try and help the team. That's a long-range free kick, though. Oof. nearly from that Hibs player. I thought it was too far out to ever be an issue, but it ended up being much closer than I thought it would. But we're getting close to half-time now. Hibs deservedly at 2-2. Oh, we've lost another player to injury, for God's sake. It's Volomark this time. Our inside forward on the left yet again. That's our 4th one out, and now we've not got much choice but to play Ibrahimovic, to be honest. Alternatively, we try and force Miovski to be an inside forward, but I'm going to put Ibrahimovic on. In terms of his actual condition, it's better than a lot of the players on the pitch currently who have already been playing, so hopefully he can survive the game. But we will be going into half-time at 2-2. We've lost one of our better players. We're playing okay, but not fantastic, and we need to be better. So let's say this to the players and hopefully get a good reaction in the second half. But time is ticking on at this stage. We're 50 minutes in, still no highlight. I think at 60, we'll try and review what's going on, see if we can make any changes to help the team, and it looks like we'll be doing exactly that because possession still hasn't really gone in our favour, nor have the chances, and we look like we need to change something. So let's have a think. Firstly, Andres Caro having a terrible game. Let's get Mason Hancock on the pitch. We'll also bring on João Beso as well, I think, just to try and change it there. What else can we potentially do? Ross McCrory not having the best of games. We can switch Connor Barron and Leighton Clarkson there. But do we make another change and potentially risk going down to 10 men at some point from injuries? I feel like we hold on because there's extra time and penalties potentially in this. And whilst we will get another sub, it's happened so many times in this save where I've made 5 subs, then someone gets injured and we're stuck with 10 men. Oh no. Kolak scored. Hibs are 3-2 up after 60 minutes and our chance of winning a trophy might be fading away right now. I don't want to be playing people like Ibrahimovic. I mean, he's having a bad game, but I can't be upset with him because he's totally injured, not ready to play. We just didn't have that many better options. Maybe we should have looked to the academy for this game. There's still plenty of time to change this round though. 65 minutes in, we just need to be far better than we have been so far. And even though I was holding off on that sub, I think we're going to make it now. Miovski, despite scoring, not having the best of games. So let's get Wilhelmsson on and hopefully we can cause something in the final 20 minutes. We're going to demand a little bit more from the team, which we have been pretty much all game in the hopes that it will do something. And at this stage, it is becoming more of a reality that we might not win. Oh no, come on. We're going to go a bit more direct. We're going to go very attacking. We're going to pump balls forward and hopefully we'll get a chance. Wilhelmsson is a very big man and it is going to expose us at the back, but if we can just play the right ball forward onto his head, there's a good chance we can score. Here's João Beso. Brilliant 4-4. Oh, Wilhelmsson. He was offside, right? Yes, he was way offside. I got far too excited over that one. It was just the second I said Wilhelmsson, play direct ball. We tried it and it nearly worked. Oh, but come on. 5 minutes of added time. Is there anything left in the tank from any of our players? It's not happening, guys. It's not happening for us today. We've tried. We've done what we could. But I don't think we're going to get anything here. Let's just send everyone into the attack. Let's hope we can get something in these final minutes. Let's go. Can we do anything? 2 minutes left. We just want one highlight. Nothing. We've lost the cup final. We've actually lost the cup final. I didn't think it would go this way, in all honesty. It always had the chance to. I was so confident we'd win this match. But it just has not worked out for us. We're watching Hibs pick up the trophy. The only way we make this better is if we go on to win the league title, because we should have won some silverware there. That would have been our first bit. I'm not going to sit here and watch them celebrate. Unacceptable. It really was unacceptable. We should have won that with a better side. We had the better players. We were in the lead at one point. You've got to do it. You've got to do better there. We conceded too many goals early on. It's cost us. It really has. I would say it was Sevelic's fault. It's not even to say Hibs didn't deserve it because they did outplay us on the course of the match. I just felt like we should have been the better team there. Maybe the amount of games is getting to us. Maybe I'm making excuses. Volomark is going to be out for 3 weeks, so I think we are going to have to look to the academy. Connor Barron also out injured for a little bit. It's certainly not a great result for us. We need to be better, but at least we made it to a final. We're going to keep going, and this year we will end up with some silverware. I'm guaranteeing it. Whether it's the league title, the Scottish Cup, maybe even the Europa League. We'll end up laughing about the fact we didn't win this League Cup. Hibs were actually the favourites for this match, so clearly we weren't the team that were expected to win. I just felt like we definitely could have done. But you know what? We're going to keep going. Let's not get too down on it though. We've got a great January transfer window coming up. We can change things. We can win a league title. So let's go all out for that. I'll see you in the next episode. If you have enjoyed, smash the like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. But most of all, have a great day everyone. And I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.